Hi, so I'm going to show you some very simple exercises, mainly based in yoga, but I do like to introduce some other stuff into my yoga classes that I've learnt along the way. So all you need to do is get your yoga mat, make sure it's nice and sticky so you've got some grip, and then we're going to lay down on our backs, and then just focus on your breath. So just watch the breath come in and out of the body. Really try and finish each exhalation fully. And then bring some movement to the hands and the feet. A few nice rotations in both directions. Rolling fingers and toes in and out. Drawing knees in towards the chest, interlace your fingers around them, and then just rocking side to side, easing your back across the floor. So this is a really nice one to give yourself a back massage. And then coming back to center, nice long inhalation. As you exhale, head up towards the knees, knees in towards the chest. Inhale as you come back. Exhale, head up towards the knees, knees in towards the chest. Inhale as you come back. So do a few more in your own time. You're really trying to synchronize your breath with the movement. If you can't get the breathing synchronized straight away, don't worry. Just keep practicing it. You never want to feel strained. You've always got a nice long breath. If you ever feel strained or your breath is shortened, just stop or take a step back. And then relax legs to the floor. So just loosen legs, loosen hips, shoulders, and then bring your legs together. Tuck your feet and toes back towards you, palms on the ground. Draw your tummy down. Inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale as you come down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale down. And we're just warming up, so keep that going. So it doesn't matter if your knees are a bit bent. You might feel a bit tight to begin with. Just keep it nice and easy. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Then loosen off the legs again. Loosen hips, shoulders. And then we'll come up to a sitting position. Now if you've got a bad back, you can just roll over onto one side. Push yourself up. That's the easiest way to get up. So let's come to a sitting position. Really lengthen through your spine. Inhale, shoulders up towards the ears. Big sigh as you release. Inhale up. Big sigh as you release. And one more. That's a really good one to de-stress when you're at work as well. So let's come onto all fours. Hips above knees, shoulders above the wrists. Inhale, tummy down, hips up, looking up. Exhale, arch the spine, chin towards the chest. Inhale, tummy down, hips up, looking up. Exhale, arch the spine, chin towards the chest. So one more, inhale, tummy down, hips up, look up. Exhale, arch the spine, chin towards the chest. So do a couple more in your own time. Really good for mobilizing your spine. And the last one. And then back to center. So the next one can be a bit tricky for people. Feet and knees together, tuck toes underneath. And then you just take enough weight back so you're getting a stretch in the toes. You may need to keep some weight forward in the hands. You might be able to be upright, prayer to chest. If it's too painful, just leave it for now. Just have a little rest, wait for the next posture. So nice long breaths. And then when you're finished, just tapping top of the feet on the ground, loosening them off. And then we'll come up to standing. So the main warm-up for yoga is called a sun salutation, and for some it's quite tricky to begin with, but you just do what you feel you can do. Come towards the front edge of your mat, feet together, spread toes wide, prayer to chest. Inhale, prayer up, looking up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Now if you're a bit tight, you might need to bend your knees to get hands on the floor. Then you inhale, right leg back, then the left leg back. And you're trying to find a nice plank position. Then knees, chest to the floor. Inhale, gentle back bend. Exhale down, tuck your toes, push back up to all fours. Then you lift up into what's called downward dog position. And again, if you're a bit tight, I would keep the knees bent. Your hands are shoulder width apart. Spread the fingers wide. Feet hip width apart. And then you're just pedaling the heels towards the floor. From here, inhale, right foot forwards. You may only get here to begin with. Eventually you want to get the foot forwards. Then you exhale, feet together, head towards the knees. Draw navel in as you inhale, prayer up, looking up. Exhale, prayer to chest. Inhale, prayer up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Bend knees if you need to. Inhale, left foot back first. Then into plank position. Exhale, knees, chest to the ground. Inhale, gentle back bend. Make sure elbows are in towards the ribs. Exhale down. Tuck toes, push to all fours, and then lift the knees into your downward facing dog position. So you're trying to find a nice V shape with your body. Ease the heels towards the floor. Really lengthen through your spine. And then this time you inhale, left foot forwards. Exhale, feet together. Head towards the knees. Draw tummy in. Inhale, prayer up. Exhale, prayer to chest. Inhale, prayer up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, plank position. Exhale down. So notice I didn't use the knees that time, it's up to you. Inhale, gentle back bend. exhale, down. Tuck toes, push the knees, lift up to downward facing dog. So eventually you're trying to get your hips going up and back and your chest easing towards your feet. So it's the morning here, so I'm feeling quite tight today. So I'm not pushing it too far, keeping the knees a little bit bent just to take the pressure out of the backs of the legs and my back. Now, if you're struggling to get your foot forwards, you can cheat a bit, make a bridge with your right fingertips. That will give you a bit of space to bring the foot forwards. Feet together, head towards the knees. Draw tummy in, inhale, prayer up. Exhale, prayer to chest. So we just do one more. Inhale, prayer up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, plank position. So if you're strong enough to come down in one, as long as you're not doing this, then you can do, or just use the knees. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down. Again, a bit stronger, but if you can push up all in one into a plank, then into your downward dog, that's going to be a bit more intense for you. So you just choose the level you want to work at. Really breathe into your back, your ribs, your chest. Again, if you want the little cheat to help get the left foot forwards, make a bridge with your left fingertips. That creates space. Left foot forwards. Then exhale, feet together, head towards the knees. Draw tummy in. Inhale, prayer up. Exhale, prayer to chest. So hopefully you're feeling fairly warmed up now. Let's do a few nice big arm rotations. And the other direction. And then a few shoulder rolls. And the other way. Then we could do some nice loose twists. So you're bending into the knees and you're pivoting on the ball of the back foot so that your knee can travel with it, so you're not cranking into your knee in an awkward angle. So nice loose twists. This is a great one if you like your surfing. And then back to center. So let's just mobilize the knees, feet and knees together, a few rotations with the knees. So this is all nice general maintenance, mobilization, and the other way. That's great. So take your feet fairly wide on your mat. Turn your right foot straight out to the side. Have your heels in line. Turn your left heel away from you at an angle. Lunge into your right knee. Make sure your stance is wide enough so your knee isn't past your ankle. Stretch arms wide. Look out past right fingertips. Draw shoulders down. Really stretch arms away from each other. Over time, you can lengthen your stance, deepen your lunge. A few nice long breaths. And then right forearm to right thigh, left arm up towards the ceiling. Look towards left hand, chin in towards left armpit. And then we'll come back into warrior two with the arms wide. Right palm turns up, left hand on the back leg. Reach back with your right arm. Lunge into your right knee, straight back leg. Look towards ceiling of the hand. Make sure your knee is in line with your toes. You don't want it dropping over to the side. And you're always holding for a few breaths in each posture, and you can build up the length of time. This is quite a short practice we're doing. You want to do nice long holds eventually. Inhale, prayer up, straighten your right leg, switch your feet round to the left. So you've got left foot straight out to the side, heels in line, right heel away from you at an angle. Lunge into your left knee in line with left toes. Stretch arms wide. Looking out past left fingertips, draw shoulders down. And then from here, left forearm to left thigh, right arm up towards the ceiling. Try and keep your upper body in line with your legs. Watch you're not tipping forwards. If it feels too much, you just come a bit higher up. So look towards right hand, chin in towards right armpit. And then back up to warrior two with the arms wide. So this one's peaceful warrior. Left palm turns up, right hand on the back leg, reach back with your left arm, lunge into left knee, look towards ceiling of the hand. And you're not just flopping back, you're lengthening the spine up before arching back. If you feel like you're not getting enough stretch, try straightening your left arm, then bring it back. Also watch out for this knee bending. Try and have a straight back leg. And then back to warrior two. Inhale, prayer up, straighten the left leg. Turn your left foot parallel to the right one. Hands on hips. Inhale, shoulder blades together, look up. Exhale, fold forwards. I would bring fingertips to the floor to begin with, just to give your back some support. If you can't reach the floor yet, have some blocks or books stacked up. It's fine to bend the knees a little bit to begin with. Remember, we're not straining. Couple of nice long breaths there. And then, before you come up, bring the feet together a bit, soften the knees, draw your tummy in, slowly come back up. Okay, just loosen off a bit. So we do one more in the standing position. This time, feet hip width apart, hands on the hips. Inhale, shoulder blades together, look up. Exhale, fold forwards into your forward bend. Fingertips to the floor, head towards the floor. Use blocks if you need them. If you're just hanging here really tight, that's when you could pull your back or your hamstrings. So it's nice to have some support. So I was out surfing yesterday and skating, so I feel really tight today. And most important thing, people all the time are saying, oh, I can't do yoga because I'm too tight. That's the whole point you do it, is to release that tightness. You don't have to be flexible to do yoga. Okay, so nice long breaths. Every time you exhale, releasing a little bit more tension, hopefully. And again, before you come back up, soft knees, draw tummy in, slowly coming back up. So let's come onto our backs and just have a little rest here. Close the eyes. A few nice long breaths. So from here, bring soles of the feet to the mat. Bring your feet together. That's going to help tell you whether the feet are aligned. Because quite often in this position, people will bring their foot forwards just an inch or so. So get your feet level, then have your feet and knees hip width apart. Palms on the ground. As you inhale, lift your sitting bones and your back off the floor into bridge position. So to begin with, you're just pressing palms down into the ground, pressing down and forwards into your feet, especially your heels. Try not to drop the knees out to the side, keep them no wider than your hips. If you feel like you can go a bit further, next step is to interlace your fingers beneath you, then you can roll your shoulder blades together a bit more. Chest is opening up. And watch out, make sure you're keeping your elbows to the floor first, then your forearms and your wrists. Nice long breaths. And you don't have to hold as long as I am, you just come down whenever you need to rest. And then slowly release hands if you've got them clasped. Roll your spine down across the floor. Hug your knees in. Rock side to side. Ease the back across the floor. So one of the most important things you can do is a twist, because we don't do twists much at all in our everyday life. So to begin with, I would grab the shins, tuck heels into your sitting bones, flat feet on the floor, arms in a cross shape, palms face the ceiling. Really lock your legs and your knees together and your feet together. Slowly drop your legs over to one side. And you might find they don't hit the floor yet, so I would keep tummy drawn in a little. Eventually you'll get feet on the floor, shoulders relaxing down to the ground. You might find this shoulder lifts off the floor to begin with, so just breathe deeply, try and release it down to the floor. If your knees have drifted apart, bit by bit work them back on top of each other. Once you can get legs comfortable on the floor, then you can lift the head, turn the head opposite direction to the legs. And then bring head back to center. Now really important, before you lift the legs up, draw your tummy into your spine. That's going to protect your back as you lift the legs up. Realign your spine on the floor. Maybe you might need to bring the heels in again. Stretch arms out in a cross shape, palms face the ceiling. Slowly drop the legs over to the left side. Oh, big click there in my spine. Breathe the shoulders down to the floor. Work feet and knees back on top of each other if they've drifted apart. You're just aiming for a moderate stretch in your spine, down your side. You might feel tight in your glutes. Once legs are comfortable on the floor, lift the head, turn the head opposite direction to your legs. Relax the face. And then when you're ready to come up, bring your head back to center first, draw your tummy in, lift the legs back to center. Realign spine on the floor, hug knees, rock side to side. Okay, so let's come up, and then we're going to sit on the heels. So it's very difficult to give you whole body practice in half an hour. So I'm just picking exercises that will cover most of your body. Ideally, you're sat on the heels, knees apart. You can modify this if you're not comfortable on the feet, and you can do some of this standing. So right palm on the ground, left arm reaching up and over the top. So you really want to draw this left arm back. If you need to go further down, you can bend into your right elbow. Keep sitting bones on the heels. If you really can't sit on the feet like this, you could just do this in standing. Make sure you support with one hand. When you're ready to come up, push down into the right hand to help yourself up. Left palm on the ground, right arm reaching up and over the top. Feel like you're really opening in the chest and between the ribs. Try and keep your sitting bones on the heels. And then press down into the left hand, slowly coming back up. So great one for shoulders and arms is eagle arms. So inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, right elbow above the left one. If you can't get it right above, if you're about here, you could just do this where you draw the arm across the body with the left arm. If you can get the elbow locked above, fold the arms, make a prayer position, draw shoulders down, prayer coming up. That might be a bit too much to begin with, so just see how far you can go. You might not be able to get the prayer yet. Main thing is you're getting a stretch across here. If you're really open in this one and you want more stretch between the shoulder blades, just twist the arms. And then inhale, arms out to the sides. Exhale, left elbow above the right one. Fold the arms, take a prayer, shoulders down, prayer reaching up. And if you can't get that, just do this. Draw the left arm across the body with the right one. Ideally, when you breathe in yoga practice, you keep the mouth closed. Don't worry if you can't to begin with. And then inhale, arms out to the sides, a few shoulder rolls. That's really good. Now the only thing we've neglected is the thighs really. So let's come up to standing. And then nice simple one. You can hold on to something if you need to. Grab hold of your right foot, Draw your right heel in towards right sitting bone. If you're nice and balanced, you could hold with both hands. Draw this right knee in towards the left one eventually. And then slowly release. Grab hold of left foot. Draw left heel in towards left sitting bone. So I'm just holding 2-3 long breaths. Eventually you could build it up to 5, 6, 10 breaths, whatever's comfortable, just no straining. And then slowly release. Okay, and then you would want to just relax down on your back, close the eyes for a few breaths, maybe cover yourself with a blanket. Really take a nice relaxation at the end of every yoga practice. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. I've got loads more to show you. If you want to join me on Zoom on Mondays 6:30 to 7:30 p.m, then feel free, just message me. Okay, see you again. Namaste.